Even now, I'm having so much trouble filming this video and I have no idea why. It's just like, come on, Jarrell, speak your mind. Just speak. Literally. Those who will resonate will, and those who won't. Who gives a I'm within that 30-second mark on YouTube, so I can't already get my video shadow banned by cursing within the first 30 seconds, but we will. By the way, in the background, I have a YouTuber named Zenny, I think, playing. I have the audio muted, but shout out to Zenny. I don't think he'll be mad about this video being in the background. It's just kind of on autoplay. But anyways, earlier for this video, I filmed this like 2 hours earlier, and it just was not working out. I filmed it 4 times in a row, the last take being like 26 minutes long, and I just couldn't get it out. And I said, I think I'm trying to worry about my wording of things way too much. And it's like, those who know me and pay attention to my videos and even know my main channel will get the essence and the energy and the intention of where I'm coming from. So I need to stop being so like reserved. And one of the amazing women in my community says this. She says this about, she's a master of the human design, right? Told me about my true human design, which cracked me up. Again, with me, I'm very specific when it comes to tools and consciousness. I just believe in anything outside of myself is just a tool, whether it be chakras, astrology, whatever. It just shows you the inner workings of you. But ultimately, at the end of the day, all is the mind, and you are one with God. So you are God or not. Depends on your beliefs, whatever. But one aspect of the human design that I thought was very funny that she told me about on myself is this whole cap on my throat chakra. And it's funny because even right now, it feels like fire almost coming at it, like I'm a fire breathing dragon. And I love that because I'm letting go. I'm allowing that center in me to just not face so much resistance. I'm speaking my mind more, just standing in my authenticity and not worrying about really if people are going to take my message wrong or not. And I've known this for years, but it's just funny how this wisdom comes full circle where it's like still I didn't really embody the lesson. And now I am, where I truthfully feel like I can stand in it and just be like, look, I'm going to get what I got to say out. Those of you who understand what I'm saying and resonate, you got it. And those who may be on the journey to understanding, keep walking that path. More power to you. Be your authentic self. But anyways, oh look, now there's Eric while I'm talking about this. Funny enough, I love his channel, dude. He gave my success story a shout out in 1 or 2 of his videos. I think he read my thing, but this success story right here is one of the craziest things I've experienced. I'm in a literal complete different reality from when any of the videos were shot on either of these channels. It's been absolutely insane and it's been amazing. And that's what I wanted to get on here and tell you guys. I have a new channel. It will be the final one. And it was basically what these 2 channels were trying to be, where I talked about metaphysics, I talked about consciousness, and I talked about it in, I basically spoke my truth of the experiences I've went through, the synchronicities that still continue to this day, and how I basically am starting to come into this mastery of myself. And the funny part of it is when I was 20 years old, I said 25 years old will be the age where I really understand all the concepts I'm learning, all the books I'm reading. It will be an embodiment where I don't even have to even think about the things I've learned. It'll just be naturally flowing through me. And I've gotten to that point now where it's crazy. The things I say and speak just materialize. And, time is a matter of perception, but when they happen, it's crazy. I started this challenge on another channel called Solithic Shift. So I've kept this brand a little bit private, and it's okay that I'm sharing it on these 2 channels because these 2 channels are kind of like, if you know about them, then you're someone who either found me new for just like speaking about spirituality and my path with becoming and learning that we're just a spirit having a human experience, or you're someone who found me through my main channel, which I never really shouted out these 2 channels, or you're someone who even is watching from the Brother Panic video. And all that to say, that's what this video is about. Solithic Shift will be the channel where if you want to work with me, if you want to manage your triggers, your trauma, or you learn or heal through it, I will teach you my methods on how I do it. And I completely believe and wholeheartedly know if you embody the things I'm teaching you for yourself, you'll master everything. Because in my personal life, I get from people that I'm so unbothered and so naturally I just don't, I don't get offended and this and that. And this has been me a big portion of my life. There have been things that, have pulled me and triggered me. And that's how I learned to deal with, everything, whether it came to anger, loss, sadness, whatever, and I definitely feel like what I have to say will provide value just based on all of the reactions to my content and everything over the years that I've received across every single channel. So Soulithic Shift will be the channel I'm at. I'll leave it linked down below. Remember, Soulithic Shift, SOULITHIC, Soulithic, and then Shift, SHIFT. Soulithic Shift has been a fun channel to start so far. I've gotten emails already. It's got a couple of subscribers. It's got like 12, and I've been having a great time making videos on there. But the biggest thing on there that I've done so far, and it's even why the thumbnail of this video is Absolute Cinema, is that I took everything that I've learned over the years and I did a 30-day challenge to show you how you can flip your life by basically going from almost homeless to in my own room and apartment, basically. Pretty much it. My own space. It's insane. Like all of this stuff about manifestation and everything, I wanted to put it to the ultimate test. So the ultimate test arose. I was around family members that were making just certain decisions, and a certain family member that would have been staying with my mother and my stepfather, it was not good. And I was back from Texas. I had very little financial stability to move wherever I wanted to. And this individual, tried to basically just say really crazy things to me in my own home. They didn't even live there, but they told me, I'm 25, so why don't I get out if I'm sick of the BS, as I say. And I said, you know what? You're completely right, and I know you love me. And I decided to leave without the financial stability to do so. I could have totally been homeless, but I decided to let go and understand that this is consciousness, and I know who I am, and I know that I walk with God, that I am one with God. I'm the same as the creator. I'm just in human form right now, experiencing this life through Jarrell or whatever the many egos I put on. It doesn't really matter. I'm consciousness before this. So money, love, wealth, health, all of it is me. I don't need external validation to prove to me I'm love. I don't need subscribers to prove to me anything. And that's the state that I want to get you guys to, because it will literally take care of everything in your life. And now I've realized I just really live with no worries, and I know everything is always going to consistently work out for me, because now I'm not even in that environment. I'm in an environment where I literally feel my nervous system healing on levels that I never could imagine before. I'm being valued by a community around me. It's amazing. And that's why I want to tell you guys about Soulithic Shift and kind of put these two channels to rest, because over there I'm just being raw and speaking my mind, like what these two channels were intended for. So if you truthfully resonate with me, find yourself over there. If you don't, and if no one comes over from these two channels, that's okay. But I would be more than happy, more than just excited to talk to any of you that are still, that maybe you're a student of Brother Panic, maybe you were someone who met him in his life, or maybe you're someone who just found my channel, maybe you're someone who resonates with the way I speak about at least my spiritual experiences. And I would love to talk to you guys. Instagram, whatever, just let me know. I'm somebody who sends voice notes like a monster. But this stuff is real. This stuff works. And I don't have to convince anyone watching this video. I'm a living testimony. I literally have manifested crazy things multiple times in my life. And even the woman in my community, I was telling her how I manifested $28,000 before, right? And she was like, well, the thing you're manifesting now is bigger. And the woman that I'm talking about, funny enough, owns or co-owns the place that I'm in right now. So it's like I'm living in her place, but it's really freaking cool. And she values me so much, and I value her. She's an amazing soul, a beautiful individual. And it's this community that I'm a part of now were the things that I gave to myself when I was living through those tough circumstances. I even had an ex-partner tell me I had to get away from my family. So I said, you know what? I've always said it in my life. If I was in circumstances that were dangerous to me or whatever, I would leave no matter what happened. Like if I had to be homeless, so be it. Rather be homeless than have to, you know, fall to the consequences of someone else's actions. I rather fall based on my own choices so that I know it's my accountability at the end of the day for my life, you know. And I just felt like I was in an environment where I couldn't grow or I couldn't move, where, my value was being underappreciated. And when I finally chose myself and used everything I learned over the years, I didn't even manifest the same when I did the $28,000. I manifested completely from self-concept, where I was just like, I know I'm one with God. I know I am that same divine creation power. It flows through me. Like I went off. And this is all documented on that other channel. You can see from day 1 to day 30 how my life shifted. It was and literally, mind you, it was in a week and a half. A week and a half. And I'll never forget the date of when the first video was. It started on September 23rd. I'll never 23rd. The 23rd has so much significance to me now, because that was when I decided to go all in. I didn't care. I didn't care less about my circumstances. I knew that the inner world was the true world, and I was going to prove it live for everyone. And I did. Every single day I showed up. I tried to even get different areas where I would shoot, but it didn't matter. I stayed in flow. Didn't matter what happened to me outside of me. I knew that I was wealth. I knew that I had an amazing place to stay. I knew that I had my own place. I knew that I was surrounded by individuals that love me because I am love. I knew that I went and flipped everything in my consciousness, and everything flipped within a week and a half. It didn't even take the full 30 days. I was basically just joking around and having fun by the end of the challenge, because I was like, it's done. I just proved it in front of you guys. If you don't think you can manifest, watch that series. Like, I am literally so full of myself now, but not in a way to be better than anyone else because you guys are the same as me, because I just did like one of the coolest scientific hypotheses. I pulled off one of the coolest scientific experiments I wanted to do for myself, which was really proving how manifestation operates. I used techniques in the past and everything. I did the shadow works, the this, the that, the crystals, the blah, blah, blah. But I wanted to see how simple it was, because, the Bible is a manifestation book. It's not even about a man-made control scheme. Like, that's just like one aspect of it. But if you can go past that and see it on a duality, like see it past the duality, not on a duality plane, but see it past the duality, all of that stuff in there is talking about your own consciousness. Didn't God say, let there be light? Be impeccable with your words, like the 4 agreements said. Be impeccable with your word, because you're creating worlds through your words. God said, let there be light, and there was light. You can't doubt when you put something out into the universe. So me, I went 30 days straight on saying the most extreme, powerful stuff about myself and didn't care. I let myself have fun. I cracked up. I felt so cringe. I leaned into the cringe. I didn't care. And I attracted the most amazing people around me. As I said that, I looked at the timer and it was 13:33. So that's very funny. Little angel number there for you guys, a repetitive number. Apparently people don't like the fact that some people call them angel numbers. Bro, you see what I'm saying? Like the semantics of this stuff. Ignore this shit. And if you feel like you're someone who's waking up from all the BS and all the specific ways you got to do things and be spiritual, no, shh. It's like people haven't heard of divine warriors. This is what I mean. It's like, you are making your reality. Your perception runs your reality. Perception is reality. When you begin to understand that the inner world is the true world, bro, you won't fear bills, money, health, wealth, love, attracting anything. You'll know, because you are it. You are everything outside of yourself. I'm the microphone. I'm the camera. I'm the person watching the video. I am you. And that's why I make these videos for you guys, because I would love to run into an individual like myself who just shown the process raw and was like a guy who was like trying to find his way through all these techniques and videos and understand it and try to find what really was the truth. And the truth is it was always you. You're the observer. It was always you. Your perception is controlling this game. There's nothing outside of yourself. You're the observer. When these lights go off, was this ever real to begin with? And I'm not trying to trip you out. Really think about that. So the inner world is the most important thing to focus on to master any aspect of your mind, whether it comes to trauma, whether it comes to anxiousness, any depression, things like that, as well as anything you attract in your life, wealth, love, etc., health, good health, whatever. It's all you. So anyways, meet me over at Solithic Shift. I will keep the links for the channel down below, and you can literally see my 30-day process of flipping my life around. I'm not even kidding you. The day I started the channel, the 23rd of September, I went in with the intentions that I would have my own place. I would be away from my family, etc., etc., etc. And a week and a half later, it happened. Met everybody in a new community. I'm like driving 2 hours out. I'm doing different things. I'm like, y'all don't even understand, man. I'm learning so much about different businesses. I'm also working as a content manager for somebody who's just on crazier levels, who manifests like this. It's just absolutely insane. And it was all from going within oneself. Sounds like the weather is picking up outside. So I don't know if any of this is going to cut off or I'm going to get knocked off offline. But before that happens, I love you guys. And you need to understand the inner world is you. It's the true world. And this is how we unite. I'm telling y'all, if y'all want to see a huge shift in the world, become one with yourself and then spread this outward, and nothing bad can come of it. If we have the entire world becoming their authentic selves and leading authentically and authentically expressing themselves, which is artistic within itself, expressing themselves naturally, that polarization of everyone being themselves will naturally have everyone end up in the lives that they need to end up in. And stop giving your control to these governmentality, govern your mind. You are the true mind. Anyways, I don't want to get all freaking motivational speaker, but I'm telling you just the rawness of this. Anyways, I'm out of here because I got to shower and lock in a little bit more. But if you're on these channels, whichever one, Alchemist Rel or Samuel Rel, thank you for when you tapped into the channel. I don't know when. If you came on Alchemist Rel for the Brother Panic video, thank you for tapping in. And yeah, down below, it'll be Solithic Shift. My life has literally shifted. I was in some of the worst circumstances, but then when I turned to myself and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I heard God speak to me a long time ago in my chair where I was like, you know what are you? I was challenging God and the devil. I said, I'll beat both of you up. And then that following night, like months later, I was like, what is God? Who is God? I was having crazy dreams, visions, everything, predicting things. And one night, it was just like, you are God. It was crazy. My whole room was shaking and vibrating. I was like, what the fuck was that? And ever since that day, I never forgot it. And it was like that little seed that was sown in me grew years later. But it wasn't ever understood because it felt almost wrong. But then I realized the Bible even said it, and it's backwards. Where it was, did I not say ye were gods? Mind you guys, I'm not religious, and I avoided the Bible for a long time. But I cracked up laughing when I ended up reading it because there was somebody else who pointed me to it and said, yo, did you know it was saying all this in the Bible? Like, your story sounds like that. I was like, what? And then I read it and meant everything. Even how when you become conscious that the people around you may shift because you're no longer of their awareness. So they hated you. They hated me first. And they'll hate you because you're no longer of the world. You're of the true world. Source within. Being one with your God self. Anyways, yeah, man. I'm out of here, and go join me on Solithic Shift if you still want to be a part of this journey where we're all just raising consciousness together. If not, that is totally okay. And thank you guys for being along for the journeys on this channel for their purpose that they served. And I'll see you over there. And yeah, I'm still kicking, breathing, and running this game in my own personal reality. And I really wish the best of love to you guys, because I feel like this whole universe is about love. and becoming that oneness. And just more power to any of you figuring your path out there. And truthfully, I want to say this too before I end the video. I really hope I'm not offending anyone's faith. I'm just speaking from my own experiences and the things that I've attracted in my life. And it only came through realizing that I was one with God and that I am God. Not praying to anything like, oh, please, God. No, I knew the power was me. Not groveling on my knees or fearing God. My fear of God was fearing myself, my true self. Anyways, take that with you. Take it or leave it. If you resonate or don't resonate, it's on you. But I'm having a great time. Peace out.